for I think a decade now have been actually making fake lettuce, fake eggs.
What I thought was even more weird, apparently they glue meat together. You don't, when you buy a steak, you think it's a solid steak, but some of the cheap steaks are actually just a bunch of different end pieces, and they have this weird glue, and they glue ends together, and they apparently do it with chicken too. I think that's why it says on a lot of chicken packages, the cheap chicken, this is 15% rib meat.
See that? Don't breathe that in.
Otherwise known as meat glue.
Stay over the top like that, we mix it up.
Then roll it and refrigerate. Ours uncooked, but cooked is another story. And it's not just beef. Pork, lamb, fish and chicken.
Looks like one piece of chicken.
It's unbelievable, isn't it?
Yep.
But hard to tell, isn't it?
On the grill, it's even harder to pick.
So that's the real McCoy, nice and tender. Let's go for the meat glue. I can't tell the difference.
And chances are you're eating it on a regular basis.
What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy HK, and I'm ready to take off with another video. Today's video, I just wanted to talk about fake food and just the food industry pretty much in general. There's a lot of information out there about the food industry, about food, some foods being fake. What I can say is just be careful what you eat. Look at the ingredients, look at the food, look at the materials. Just do the best that you can, you know what I mean? Because it's like when you don't grow your own food and you don't or sometimes like when you go out to eat, you don't make your own food. It's very difficult to determine for sure what you're putting in your mouth. So I just suggest that you cook your own food, grow your own food if possible. If that's not possible, then just do your best to read ingredients and to look at what the food what the food is, you know what I mean? Try to use some discernment when you eat food. Don't just put food in your mouth. You got to be careful nowadays because they can and they will and they are giving us fake food. We're just slow to pick up on it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying every food we eat is fake. It's just I'm sure some of us has eaten fake food before, or have seen some food that looks really strange. You know what I mean? But I got one more clip of somebody breaking down, fake food and stuff like that, and then I'll be right back with you.
Genetic DNA evidence of children's teeth in the food, in the burgers, which linked it back to, not Wisconsin, Missouri or Wyoming, one of those states that's in the middle of nowhere, where they actually found human meat inside one of the processing plants at McDonald's. And they said, we're not sure how it's happened. Maybe somebody fell in there and they haven't reported it. But between McDonald's closing, the reports of the Japanese McDonald's tried to pass the buck, try to blame it on the Americans, saying, we got the food from the USA. It didn't come from here. And then they said, you know what? That's probably somebody playing a prank. But they're closing a lot of branches down at McDonald's. And McDonald's traditionally, Nick, in the last 40, 50 years, has been one of the safest franchises you could buy, because what they do is they do a very, very detailed demographic study of where you're going to put these McDonald's, about the income of the people, where they are, the population. They don't just put them randomly. They're very, very specific about where they are. So human meat in the McDonald's food, including children's teeth that have been ground up and put in there. Very disturbing.
Why?
But why? It's where they hide the bodies. That's what they're saying. You know how many children disappear every year? Where are they going to hide? Say if there's 250,000 children disappear in America every year, where are all the bodies? Most people think, what are they going to do? Drive them along the highway? They always get discovered. They never bury them deep enough. You've got weather conditions that expose them. Animals expose them. It's hard. You'd be surprised how difficult it is to hide a body. And I'll tell you why I know, Nick, because there's neither North or South Carolina. There's the body farm. Now, the FBI they use this as a training ground. So what happens is when Americans die, they leave the body to science. And what they do in this ground is they put the bodies in different situations. One of them will be left out, one will be semi-buried, one will be fully buried, one will be buried upside down. They do all these experiments about how the decomposing the bodies helps them with the science when they find a murder victim or a body that they're not sure how it died. So, for example, if a larger man dies on his back, they can tell by the insects and how much fat has dripped out of his body underneath, how degraded the grass is and everything, to understand how long he's been decomposing for. So they know all about what happens with these bodies, how they do it. They've got all the forensic science about where they're from. And there's always genetic evidence.
Man, that's crazy. You know what's crazy about the last clip? I think about a week or two ago, I normally get those frozen patties from the store, right? And I took a bite out of it, and it was rock hard. And I was looking, so I looked at what I chewed, and it was like, I don't know if it was a bone, some type of tooth, or a rock itself, but it was a small, solid little thing that was coming from my frozen patty. Since then, I have not bought a frozen patty ever since, bro. Like, it's like I said, when I say watch what you eat, man. It's crazy. But anyways, I'm not going to keep dwelling on it. You know, I spoke my piece on it. You know, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. It's your favorite YouTuber, HK, and I'm out. Peace.